All right. Hello and welcome to another one of our Meet the CAV Forum speaker interviews. And so today I'm delighted to introduce Kristin and Stephen from United States Department of State. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So let's start off, and maybe you can give us a brief introduction about yourselves, your background, and the work that you do there at Department of State.
Sure. I'll start. I'm Kristin Pavone. I'm the procurement lead at the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Diplomatic Security Service Armored Vehicle Program. This is my counterpart in operations and logistics, Stephen Allen.
Thank you for the introduction, Kristin. Kristin and I have been with the Armored Vehicle Program for 5 years. Prior to that, I did serve with the United States Air Force in the fleet management and logistics fields. And Kristin actually worked in other capacities within the department's Bureau of Diplomatic Security Service. While Kristin's team handles the oversight of the life cycle of over 5,000 armored vehicles at domestic field offices, as well as U.S. embassies and consulates globally, I manage a team of analysts responsible for the shipment and sustainment operations, as well as the support of these high-value assets.
Excellent, excellent. Look, thank you for that. All right, so maybe for the benefit of those watching and for the attendees at CAV Forum 2024, maybe you can just go into a few details of some of the topics and areas that you're going to cover as part of your presentation.
Sure. Our presentation is titled Challenges in Managing the World's Largest Diplomatic Fleet of Civilian Armored Vehicles. And we are going to be providing insight on the life cycle and the sustainment functions related to armored vehicles for the United States federal government. The main focus is about the goal of keeping armored vehicles operational and fit for purpose in a complex and dynamic world. This includes the overall management of the procurement process, guidance to the field, global technical support on mechanical sustainment procedures, auditing functions, technician travel, and an overview of the vehicle disposal process. I'll be touching on the procurement and the QA that later affects sustainment of these vehicles, as well as the challenges of disposition to ensure the integrity of the armor capabilities.
And then for my portion, I will be discussing steps the Diplomatic Security Service takes to overall sustain armored vehicles around the globe. During our presentation, we will focus on highlighting mechanical sustainment policies, as well as those procedures the department utilizes to better preserve our armored fleet worldwide. So some of the examples of preservation of armored fleet first start with how we collaborate with each of our posts around the world through assigned analysts per region. So we pretty much just oversee the sustainment operations for that. Analysts do focus on delivering preventative maintenance concepts that are based on daily, weekly, monthly, as well as annual to ensure functionality of our AV fleet is extended past its typical life cycle. Focusing on delivering official guidance to the field is also something that we want to highlight. Through various means, we do provide meaningful distribution of known issues, and that's through our technical service bulletin that we provide. Our team of regional analysts perform audits on utilization, with one of the main focuses being on the fuel, miles, and maintenance of those vehicles. And then finally, we do travel around the globe to support the replacement of transparent armor, or commonly referred to as glass, as well as perform mechanical repairs that might be difficult for our post personnel or local automotive shops in the local area that they just simply cannot complete.
Excellent, wonderful. It's I have some personally very excited to hear your presentation over a long and wonderful relationship and history with the Department of State going back probably 15 years now. And I think most of the attendees will certainly appreciate the breadth, the depth and the complexity of running such an enormous fleet as you guys do there, Department of State.
Yeah.
And that's one of the great challenges. You know, I don't mean it flippantly, but to build a vehicle is not so difficult. We've all been doing it for 20 plus years, and people understand how that happens. Once the vehicle's in the fleet, and it's actually deployed into location, that's where I believe the great challenges occur. So maybe any thoughts you might have as what are the big challenges facing fleets in the next few years?
Well, that's a perfect segue to our biggest challenge, which is to overcome extending the life cycle of this vehicle. So we try to keep a small group of available platforms. We source vehicles with specifications that can be used in many different locations to maintain quality assurance and control. And I know Stephen wanted to touch on another challenge he sees as far as sustainment goes.
Yeah, thanks, Kristin. One of the overall availability of parts and sourcing those parts that are specially designed or fabricated for one's armored fleet, we do think that that would prove difficult to source in a timely manner, and that's something that we wanted to highlight as well.
So we're looking forward to collaborating with everybody at the forum on their ideas and create a successful path forward for all of us with our armored vehicle fleet.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Look, we very much look forward to your presentation and the interactions during the forum. Again, the networking and the ability to speak with like-minded people in the industry, because it's not that large, but it's obviously critically important, given that we're putting people into harm's way. And so we thank you very much for your participation, and we will very much look forward to seeing you in Geneva in October.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.